to say unpleasant things about our newborn child, who's nearly 4 months old now. Would you believe? Time is flying by, and my God, is he getting big? He's getting quite long. He's a long man. He's quite the long baby. But I thought I would show people the kind of disgusting things that are often said because just gonna put this out there. You see these are what we call receipts, or also known as evidence. And when I make a claim, I tend to back those things up. And I don't. There's somebody out there who's been making a lot of accusations recently, a lot of baseless accusations with no truth to it, based on nothing more than the words of people who hate me, Gigi, Belinda, and Hussey, and several others. Very strange, but yeah, this is how you do it, folks. If you want to show receipts for things, for example, if I said X, Y, and Z said disgusting things to me, well, you can see those things right now on the screen there. And believe me, I have no idea how to doctor screenshots, and I don't have Photoshop, so you don't even fucking try accusing me of that shit. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irate Alex YouTube channel. I hope you're all well and wonderful. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you visited the Tism Dome last night, the Ground Zero, as I keep referring it to, aka the Hustler Burger YouTube channel, Miss Hussey? Did everybody see the shit show that happened last night? Press 1 if you fucking did, because that shit was crazy. I don't understand it. People just turn up to Hussey's chat and they're fighting. It's chaos. It's madness. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's not that I don't enjoy it. As I do keep shouting in people's chats, blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. I keep saying this. I get mostly ignored most of the time, but I understand why people do that. You know, I have a habit of rubbing people the wrong way, but that's okay. That's okay. People can only tolerate so much of me, and I can only tolerate so much of myself, ladies and gents. But anyway, before all y'all out of control from Hussey there in the chat, Hussey thinks you're all mental. I don't. I need more of it. Give me more. Fight more. It's good. It's brilliant. Keep going. I'm enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But that said, however, there are some aspects to it that I'm not enjoying. For example, baseless accusations that have no base in reality. Absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. One of those baseless accusations is, Belinda, Hillbilly Belinda, Belinda fella, our favorite redneck lady on the internet. Well, according to, let me see, Hecadone. I think Hecadone works. Like methadone, but Hecadone. Try to suggest that Belinda swatted Hussey. That's insane. That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. That's insane. Where did you even get this from? But the thing is, the first stream that I remember watching Hecate do, and I didn't even know who she was. I was just told that she was making insane accusations against GG and Hussey. To start with, and I went along and I witnessed how things work over on her channel. She gets told something by someone in her chat and she takes it as gospel. Like this other rumor she's trying to spread around about me, abandoning my 17 children. By the way, I chose 17 because I like that number. Because apparently I have more than 2 sons, guys. Apparently, I've abandoned many children, and according to Jan, we'll talk. I want to specifically talk about Jan as well, so please remind me when we get there. But apparently I've got like another kid in London. How the fuck? Who's this mystery child? Who's this mystery kid? I don't know. I know my seed is strong. I know it's strong. However, I only have 2 children. I have 2 boys. Well, one's 12, who I usually see every other weekend. And of course, I've got my, my wee baby boy. I didn't know about these other mystery children. I'd like to, as Hussey would say, I'd like to know it. Hussey's very quotable. Very, very quotable. But again, I'm jumping the gun, guys. I'm jumping the gun. I'm getting way, way ahead of myself here because there's a lot to talk about. But this isn't an Irate Alex stream unless I have a goosey gander at the chat to see who's there. So shall we have a goosey gander, guys? Shall we have a little cheeky goosey gander, little wee peeky? I think we should. Who do we have in the chat today? Well, let's have a goosey gander. We have Anne, of course, lurking but present. We have Texas One. We have Loudmouth Hussy. Of course, we have the Hustler Burger in the chat, who's the man of the hour at the moment, I think. Of course, we have my beautiful princess, Irate Princess, Nikki Bear. They're in the chat. Shadow Hair, what's going on? Dusty's blown out back. That's a fantastic name. David Anthony, the man who's going to be replacing Hussey on his channel. He's starting a podcast with Samar, who's in the chat right there. Hello to you, Samar. I'm going to give you a wrench because you are an excellent mod. There's going to be a complete takeover of the Miss Hussey channel. Samar and David are starting a podcast once they've managed to boot Hussey off. And I'm here for it. You know, I'm going to be promoting that shit every day. Because we have Stephanie there in the chat too. Hello to you. Who else we got? I'm going to scroll up. Mood Poisoning. That's a fantastic name. Thunder Rain. Did you go on the stream yesterday? Was that you? Leave it to Bubby. Do we have Vicky, of course? Scroll on up. Lisbeth. What's going on? Look what Strawberry Dew said. Well, you know, she said some spicy things. We have Ida, of course. We have Dornus. Let me scroll back down. Alex, how dare you? Why? How dare me? Look, there can only be one, Alex. Okay, Alex? And don't make me take my slipper off and get in that chat. Okay? So, Boy of Lard there in the chat, in the style of Spartacus ending. I'm Alex's son. I am Spartacus. Yeah, we have RBF there in the chat. Spicy's one word for the thing she said. Oh, I know. I've seen it. The milk sliced butter. Well, you're Alex. Irate. Exactly. I'm Alex. I'm not that Alex. You know, the guy with the very, very, like, I've got a big tongue, but that motherfucker's got like lizard face or some shit. I don't know. Very, very strange. Very strange. We're not talking about him anyway. We're not talking about that. Anyway. So, just to make it clear, guys, I don't intend on watching the stream from last night. There is only so much that I can tolerate of the screeching. You know, I've got tinnitus now because of this shit. Watching these streams, I wake up in the morning, you know, and I've got like a cold sweat going on. Oh my God, there's a ringing in my ears and shit. I dread to think how bad it is for Hussey, you know, because Hussey's been like on the panel at the time with all of these people constantly. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Hussey just got up and fucked off, like this is what Tonkasaw used to do on the Kumite, you know, Bloodsports back in the day. Now his streams went on for so long, with so much screeching going on his panels, that he actually legitimately used to get up and go for a nap. And come back and the stream would still be going. He'd come back to all these super chats and shit. Of course, he, you know, exposed himself something fierce later on. Hence why Bloodsports completely fell apart. It was never going to last forever, let's face it. It was just hours of her causing chaos in the chat while the rest of us on panel talked about why she's crazy. That's the thing. Did you find that kind of strange? How you guys were all speculating as to why Hecate's, like, you know, out of her fucking mind, out of her tree, fucking just complete lunacy, conspiracy after conspiracy, just constant conspiracies from her. Oh, some of them are just, I don't know where the fuck she's even, like, where did you get them from? Well, I kind of know. I kind of know who's been feeding, like, whispering in her ear. And it's someone from the old days. God, you know, I realize how much I talk like an old curmudgeon, but I've been around for a minute now. But we all know, we all done been know, that Queen of Karma, formerly known as Queen of Spades, has been whispering sweet nothings into that paranoid girl's ears. Jeez, man, like that woman is insane. She used to harass a buddy of mine, Suit Yourself. She spent a long time doing it too. A long time doing it. And I remember when that drama first started. Shit. I was in the Discord when it first started. I wasn't in the voice chat or anything. I was just, a part of it and everything. But it was, well, once she started, she did not stop. And she didn't stop for years, man. Years. Because some people, I don't know what it is about YouTube and combining it with like Discord and stuff. But man, there are some nutcases out here. Absolute nutcases. Like, I'm not even gaslighting. Like the conspiracies? Like, look, that's the thing with Hecate. Like, the best way to describe it, to describe her, is everyone else is wrong but me. You know what I mean? Poo Poo Tasha. Well, I say that because Hussey referred to her as Poo Poo Tasha earlier today. Yeah, Queen of Karma, formerly known as Queen of Spades. You might not have seen her, Texas, but you know who to look out for. You know who to. Yeah, I've seen her in Hecate's chat. I've seen a couple people feeding her information. Like I can't remember the person's name who went into her chat to tell Hecate what a absolute scumbag I am for abandoning my army of children. And that I abandoned my wife, who I divorced and everything. And I've spoken about all that stuff before, but for some reason, there's a different narrative being built about my personal life. What the fuck? These people don't know me. This is crazy. They're out of their fucking minds. The loons, they really are. Thank God I'm not a Discord type deal. I have Discord, but I don't use it like I used to, and there's a reason for that, right? Because Discord is one of the greatest sources of fucking drama on the internet. Oh yeah, she loops, absolutely. She goes everywhere trying to fit in, but she always blows up. Yeah, she tried to enter the politosphere, the political social commentary community, of which that's where I come from, by the way, Hecate. I don't come from blood sports. I was never in blood sports. I never said to anyone, not even to fucking Clara, not even to DC Media Girl, right? I never said I was in blood sports, right? I was there when it was active, because it's the thing that overlapped the political and social commentary community, right? A lot of the guys that I used to collaborate with, stream with on a regular basis, used to go on all these streams, right? I went on two, and one of them was on the Kumite, and one just kind of started on my channel out of fucking nowhere. It was nuts. It was kind of crazy, actually. It was an argument between me and my good friend Ranting Monkey. Like, yeah, we're the type of guys that will call each other fat cunts and scream at each other and then be best friends afterwards, So it really was no drama. But I remember my stream got straight up fucking hijacked. That was some crazy shit. That I could tell you guys about it, but I don't want to bore you with the olden days. I sound like such an old... I'm an old man, guys. I'm an old man on the internet, Didn't AK call me old? when she's older than me. Excuse me. See, I've got a cough at the minute, and I don't sound like a young man. I don't sound like a young man anymore. It's fine. It's fine. Shut up! Fucking thing. Anyway, Jeff Holiday. I was trying to remember his name the other day. Jeff Holiday's the one who taught me how to use OBS. Oh, God, I've not spoken to Jeff in years at this point. Jeff was a good boy. What is this I've got on my phone? Oh, my mum has just sent me a link to something, but it's to do with politics, so I'm not going to go into it. AK is 84 in camel years. Well, what kind of sound does a camel make? I don't know. You're cranky. I am cranky like an old man. I am. I'm the internet, old internet curmudgeon, I suppose, at this point. But and I just say shit to see what happens when I say it. Yeah, I know, Jeff. Yeah. I have a donation here. To help with your backdated child maintenance. Thank you. I don't want to read the name of it because it may have the real name on there. So I will say thank you to that person who just threw £5 at me through PayPal. Thank you very much. I won't read the name because I'm not sure who it came from, and I'm not sure if they have their name. Dornus. I thought so, but I wasn't. Thank you, Dornus. Thank you. I wanted to make sure. Very, I get very, dare I say, precious about those things because I don't want to dox people. Believe it or not. Not all of us are doxing douchebags. But thank you very much. Thank you. Hello to you, Dove Kitty, as well. Oh, shite, I'm late. Late! Can I get a spanking? Well, you're gonna have to, speak to Nikki about that. Because like she's like the head missus, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean. Elizabeth, all she had to do was look at our Twitter post talking about his eldest son or listen to his stream. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the thing with Hecate. Like, almost, I would say everything that she has said, including the weird, like, child trafficking ring within Girl World. Heh? Look, like, I don't consider myself a part of Girl World. Obviously, I'm kind of adjacent to it. A lot of people that I'm very friendly with are technically a part of the Girl World community, and there's a lot of people here that would probably describe themselves as being a part of Girl World. But as somebody who is very familiar with Girl World, um, what? Huh? Where are you getting this from? And why would Belinda fella swat Hussey? Belinda's a lot more likely to jump on a panel with him and call him names than swat him. That doesn't make sense. I know Hussey's been swatted, but it wasn't by fucking Belinda. Belinda doesn't engage in fuck shit as far as I'm aware, so you're too cerebral for that nonsense. Yeah, I like that word, cerebral. No go wild is mean to foodie and go too far IRL sometimes. That's my opinion of Go Wild. Like Go Wild, like the Go Wild to me is you are reacting to and laughing at and probably hating for a lot of people Chantal and ALR, right? And all right, some of them go a little bit too far sometimes, like especially with the hate. Like for Chantal, like I don't really understand the hate for Chantal, that some people have. Like some people really fucking hate Chantal, don't they? I don't understand the hate for her, but like that's usually the extent of things. That's as far as it usually. I mean, there's some people that go IRL, in different kind of I don't know. There are different varieties of it, I suppose. It's like some people go like Chris Chan level of IRL with her. Some people don't. Some people do stupid things. Again, guys, don't touch the poo. I've said this for years. Don't go IRL. Don't touch the poo. Thank you, David Anthony, for the super chat there. Can we get that old skank Jan on panel? Because E-I-E-I-O. We love my singing voice here on the Irate Alex channel, don't we, guys? We love it. Thank you, David. I forgot to say this. I forgot to mention. I do have a StreamYard open because I was thinking about opening the stream up, to have people on, to talk about everything that's kind of transpired over the last 24 to 48 hours. But I don't know yet. I don't know. I might create a poll for that, actually. Anne, who's been a member for 57 months, almost 5 years. Man. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Anne. That's, there's nothing else I can say but thank you. That's crazy, but thank you. But that makes me feel old, man. Do you know when I first started doing YouTube was 2016. It was around September time in 2016. I've nearly been doing this for 10 goddamn years. I feel so old. Gay Man Sam, do you even expect/hope Mrs. Parker will come back and reopen the Church of the Soup? I don't know. It's been a minute since I've spoken to Mrs. Parker, and I'm sure she was writing something. I don't want to give that away because I'm sure that's her personal business. But I don't know. I'm probably not the person to ask. BGTV is probably the man to ask in that regard. With 17 kids, don't you think your poll was done enough? Look, at the end of the day, like Nikki, she treats me like a fucking a pogo stick, treats my nuts like they're a space hopper, and I just have to kind of take it at the end of the day. She's aggressive, she's quite aggressive. I just lay there, or sit in some circumstances. Hell, I've had my bones jumped, on the way down the stairs, and sometimes up the stairs, which is dangerous when you're disabled like me, because as a cripple, you don't fall downstairs, you fall up them. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, I thought Mrs. Parker wrote a book, but of course, the last time I spoke to her was years ago. At this point, what's the point in you having a big dick if I can't use it? Boing, 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 boing. Hey, look, Texas. Like at the end of the day, I could be worse. Just bear that in mind. Just bear that in mind. I could be a lot worse. Now, yeah, I'm glad Mrs. Parker's sober and working her butt off. That's great. That's brilliant news. I wish the best for her. I hope she does great. I hope she kills it, and I hope she makes the money that she deserves from it. You know, I didn't know why she left. Probably because well, people kept going IRL on her, right? Like that tends to put people off. So I mean, I would get why she might walk away if those were her reasons, of course. Um, you've been doing great. I've noticed a change. Good on you. You're not talking to me though, are you? When you say that, Texas one. What the heck does I war? I don't know, Keisha. I don't know. We can blame Hussey though. Yeah, they messed with Mrs. Yeah, exactly. They did. They fucked with Mrs. Parker's family, and that's just. But whatever happened to just calling each other cunts? Are you talking to me, Texas? I know Texas isn't a fan of me saying the C word. She's just as she's giving me a compliment. Thank you, though, Texas. That's kind of you to say. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. So, okay. So, when was Hecate's first stream? Nikki, do you remember? Why am I bad to you? You're the one that rapes me. Like, I have screenshots, by the way, right? I am willing to put in this fucking slideshow that I have of Nikki saying that she's going to or has raped me. I have them in my phone, right? I'm just going to point that out. I found Alex Lord Bear trying to learn more about the girls. Yes, I think my first endeavor into the Go Wild scene was through Omegon, actually, and he wanted Lord Bear, so I gave him Lord Bear. Hello, Monica. I can see you. Princess Flan. I can never say your name. Congrats on the litter of crotch goblins. Thank you. My seed is mighty. You wouldn't dare. It would take too long. What was I just trying to ask you? When was that first stream? When was that first Hecate stream? When she was making the first accusations? When she was trying to suggest that Girl World is like trafficking children. Can you believe that lunatic didn't know who fucking Mr. Metica was and also said that Mr. Metica is a trafficker of children? Like, I was told that she said that. So, don't take my word for it because I could be wrong, but it sounds like some crazy shit, Poll, open panel. Should I have an open panel, guys? Fuck the poll off, because, the last week or two, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. And I went along and I tried talking to her, but, she didn't know me. I didn't know her. I didn't know what I was going to be in for, and she was making all these crazy accusations. Gigi's protecting Zoom. Hussey Belinda's protecting Zoom, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, no. I told Gigi to not cover fucking Zoom. Now here's the thing: Gigi can tell me to fuck off. He's a grown ass man, right? And, it's not like I can physically stop him from doing it. But I suggested that he not cover Zoom because Zoom is a fucking dark, disgusting topic, right? And I've watched Gigi's channel. You guys all have watched The Gaining Ground. Does his channel seem like the place to talk about something that dark and that fucked up to you guys? And I didn't want, I went to Gigi. I said, look, dude, this is a fucked up topic. And if you cover it, it's going to get horrible. But because I told Gigi to not cover that topic. Well, I'm evil. I'm Satan. You see. Thank you, Cryptic, for the super chat. Hey, Jamal. Hey, Gook. How goes the knees? Well, they're growing. If you're asking, did they grow? My knees are growing. My knees are growing. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well. Thank you. Anyway, you're too skinny to get crushed. I mean, it can happen. It can happen. Sometimes people read the farms like their personal Bible. I mean, I read the farms on a regular basis. I try to keep up. It's difficult for me to keep up with all this shit that's going on. It's nuts. But no, covering dark topics is not for light-hearted channels and to cover, really, at least in my opinion. And it's up to each individual content creator what they cover. Now, look, I mean, I mentioned that I've shared information about Zoom. I don't have a single video with the word Zoom in it. I don't have a single live stream with the word Zoom in it because I don't want to attract his attention and the retards' attention that surround him, right? But I have shared his Kiwi Farms link, right, which is extensive. It is extensive, and people can go read it if they want to. And I've done that more than a few times. Irate Alex, I don't see it. I don't see it in your titles. I don't see it in your tags anywhere. Yeah, that's because I don't directly talk about it. I've shared information about it. But at the end of the day, for me to cover something like Zoom, I mean, you guys have seen like my bigger videos. You know, Darby Vanity video, for example, the video about fuck me, what is her name? I always forget it. Belle Penis Face. What the fuck? I always forget it. I did the video about Isabella Janke. Where the fuck do I keep getting Bell from? Isabella Janke. Dark fucking topic. You know, involves animal abuse. You know, and you know, it rides a few lines. You know, covering Shani. Jesus Christ, Shani's fucking horrible. That's a horrible topic to go into. That involves child abuse and shit. Fucking, well, what else have I even covered? I did the whole Kiro Lazy Bedhead emails, you know, and that's a fucked up furry. I've covered all manner of dark topics on this channel, right? I don't particularly want to cover Zoom, right? It's a little bit too close to home for my liking. But, you know, it's fine if you want to cover it. That's no drama, right? But do not fucking sit there and tell me that it's about Zoom and the victims when all she has done is go on and on and on about Belinda and Hussey and Gigi and Kiwi Farms, who are hiding the information about Zoom, apparently, as she, you know, sits there reading the Zoom thread, which has also been cross-pollinated and disseminated, because she loves that word and she uses it incorrectly as well. Where it's also been linked to multiple other threads, including threads in Girl World. Right? They've been shared on the fucking Matthew Berlinger fucking thread. That's tragic for those who don't know. Right? It's been shared on DC's thread. It's been shared in the Hater Nation thread. And probably many other places too. How the fuck are you going to say that they're trying to hide the information when you're reading from the thread itself? You know, and you're going to sit there for fucking 12 hours going through the same shit, right? And making the same bullshit accusations over and over and over and over and over again. But the only thing you can prove is the receipts that were put together rather well, right? Through the hard work of someone else's labor, right? Because they actually went and did the research. I know that's something that escapes Hecate's poor little, you know, wee brain. The farmer who put that together worked hard to put that together, right? It's a lot of work mentally, especially mentally, to sit there and put together an OP like that on someone so disgusting, right? I don't think there's many people that would disagree with me on that. If you do any kind of pedo hunting, or if you make any content about, you know, actual real predators, right? It's got to. I know that it's mentally taxing. Because, you know, unlike Hecate, some of us have actually done pedo hunting. I've chased a couple of pedos off of the internet before, you know, but I ain't going to compare myself to the people that put the hard work in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all she did was just sat there and read the thread, and then just read and believed the bullshit that she was being fed in her chat about me, about Nikki, about fucking Gigi, about Hussey, about Belinda, and just like loads of other people too. And yeah, she has the cheek to just turn up to people's chats and kick off after streaming for what, 2.5 days straight? That's fucking nuts, man. Like, what are you taking, and can I please have some? Holy shit. Like, you know, I talk for an hour on a live stream and I get fatigued, right? You try to get me to stream for damn near 3 days straight? Holy shit, man. I take Elvance, that's the Vyvanse for you Americans out there, on a, you know, daily, but it's not enough, right? It's not enough, like, to make me be able to stream for that long. Holy shit. All she had to do, see, Necro's always trying to sell my personal information, guys. Like, you're going to have to down the price, man. No one's got $500 million for it, dude. Yeah, 3 hours for me, like, damn near kills me, Texas. Like, 3 hours finishes me off. Like, I'm fucked at that point. You know, it takes me a good, like, I'd say hour to speak normally to, like, Nikki after the fact, you know? Sinshine, hello to you, and thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I started watching her last week, and like she went 180. Oh yeah, she's nuts. Like I'd never even heard of Hecate, and I was told about it. I went and had a goosey gander, and I was like, holy shit, dude. Like some of the things that she's saying, and the thing is, she has gotten progressively worse and worse and worse. She kind of started off with Gigi and the farms and Belinda and Hussey. They're hiding all this information from the greater community and all this, and now, Belinda, according to her, Belinda swatted Hussey, and well, there's a child trafficking ring going on in Goa. Man, oh no, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, I know that she does the long streams and shit, but holy fuck, man, she did a lot. She did a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. It's too much. Like fuck me. I personally like wouldn't. I used to stream what 3-4 hours. I mean, I've done 6 hour streams, and I have done what 1 or 2 12-hour streams in the past, but not because I was a login and screeching about shit I don't know about. Those were usually for a good reason, or because a 6 hour gaming stream is the norm, I'm told. So, and I did a few of those at the end of the day because I'm not really a fan of streaming for that long. And I thought I was obsessive. Hey, look, Peach, like even me and Nikki thought, because sometimes you get a bit obsessive. I think we all do from time to time, especially when it comes to the crazy drama stuff. And I was like getting concerned and worried that we were getting too obsessed and spending too much time, either talking about it offline or even talking about it online or showing up to streams and that kind of stuff. I was worried. But I ain't anymore. I ain't even bothered. Like, well, I ain't got shit on Hecate. Fucking hell, man, she's insane. She's crazy. More power to her. Like, she's got all the energy in the world. I'll give her that. Fine. If she's going to stream for that long and she can maintain an audience, 100, 200 people, cool, man. Awesome. But if the length of time you're streaming for might be having an impact on your mental health. To the point where you start making deranged, insane, baseless accusations that have no basis in reality, that you cannot prove, because not a single thing she has said can be proved. None of it can be proved at all. She doesn't have a receipt for any of it. She just gets told shit in her chat. She just goes round and round and round. And it's kind of bizarre. You can turn up to a stream, you can watch 5 minutes, you come back in 2 hours' time, she's still there. And then she's saying the same shit, or she's saying some other crazy shit. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she was doing some kind of like narcotic, maybe some prescription drugs. That's speculation on my part. It's not a direct accusation, because at the end of the day, guys, I have to hold myself to my own standard. I can't prove any of these things. But like I said, Hecate is very much everyone else is wrong but me. I said this to Nikki, like, if there was even a fraction of you guys telling me that I was wrong about something, right, I would be listening to this. I would listen to that, especially if Nikki told me that as well. Like, I think that you're wrong about this. I think that your emotions are getting the better of you. I would listen. Like, it would never reach this fucking stage. Holy shit. Holy crap. And hello, Yato, to you in the chat there. Hello. Who have I not said hello to? Anyway, I think there's a couple people. Necro's in the chat. Necro's a bad boy. By the way, you want to hear this shit that he said to Hecate in the stream last night, man? Some spicy shit. Hello to Scary Mary. Hello. Who else do we have? I'm fairly sure I've said hello to Leave It to Bubby and RBF there. I struggle with insomnia myself. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I struggle to sleep. I only sleep for 5-6 hours a day. Sometimes it's more, but it really depends. Sometimes I don't sleep as much, but I have a fucking excuse. Know what I mean? And I don't. So open panel. Right. Okay. Does anybody want to come on and talk to me about any of this stuff? You got me distracted, Nikki, because I wanted to talk about Jan, didn't I? You know me. This is the ADHD stream, guys. as we all know, the best cure for insomnia is having a baby. Well, babies keep you busy. That's the thing. Baby keeps us busy, keeps us awake at night. And if he sat there, like what else am I gonna do? I can't play a video game, right? Because I need two hands, right? So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn up to a live stream chat, and I'm gonna, say some spicy things in the chats to see if I can upset people. Hello, busy little bee. No plane emojis from you, fucker. That woman's trying to get me arrested, guys. Today, I don't think she can back down from this, though. Oh, I would. I know you're talking to Thunder Rain, but when you have doubled down and tripled down and quadruple double down this hard, I mean, where do you have to go? Like, even if she was honest and she backed down from all this and even apologized, would everybody accept it? Would everybody, go, okay, I forgive you? Would Belinda be accepting and forgiving? Would Gigi? Would Hussy? Would I? And I can't speak for them. And honestly, there's some of the things she said to me and about my kids and about Nikki, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't, as you know, guys, I don't take things personally and stuff, but I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? All I did was disagree and give her a brief internet history lesson because she actually knows shit all about the internet. Like, she's trying to bring up Zoom. You can't talk about Zoom without going back to the Bloodsports days, right? Because that's when this shit first surfaced. But anyway, before I open up the panel for people to come in, I wanted to make an offer, and I don't know if I'm being naive. I probably am, and I don't know if I'm being daft or stupid, but yeah, I'm generally of the mind, Tex. I mean, that's fair stance to take. I don't know if I could, because for me, is it about forgiveness? Because I don't know her personally, so is it about forgiveness? All right, I would probably say to her, you go your separate way, I go my separate way, kind of thing. And that brings me on to what I'm saying now. I wanted to talk about Jan's views. And I feel like I'm probably being naive, and I feel like maybe I'm being stupid with this, and by all means, feel free to insult me. But I wanted to extend a olive branch to Jan's views right now. And I know she's watching because, she's a big fan. She loves me. I wanted to extend an olive branch, not so much to have a conversation, right? But would Jan accept peace with me? Know what I mean? Would she accept peace with me? Right? Would she be willing to not, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be mates, right? We're not going to be friends, right? We're not going to be friendly with each other. But would she be willing to go that way if I was willing to go that way? You know what I mean? She tags me a lot on Twitter. Would she be willing to go, her own way and, go do what she does over there without mentioning me if I was also willing to go over there and never mention her again? That's my offer. I'm putting it on the table. I suspect that she wouldn't accept it, but I have been wrong before. We all make mistakes. That is rather not Alex. No, I understand it's not very Alex of me to make a peace offering to anybody. But I don't know what. It's funny. Negs called me. He said I'd gotten soft, didn't he? I wonder if I actually have. But if she was willing to go her way, would she be willing to do that if I was willing to go the other way? I don't know. The offer's there on the table, though. The offer is there on the table. I like that you want peace with her, Alex and Nikki. At the end of the day, we kind of got on with each other, and I know she's never going to get on with me. That's fine. We're not going to be Bezzy wingers. That's fine. I know that she's definitely not going to get on with those who I stream with. From time to time, obviously, I stream with Gigi sometimes. I stream with Hussy sometimes. But is she willing to go that way if I'm willing to go that way? That's the offer I'm putting on the table. I suspect I'm going to get told to fuck off, Alex, but I've been surprised before and I've been proven wrong before. Sunday roast, well, she'd have to travel all the way up to Scotland for it. And what's a Bezzy winger? Oh, besties. Your best mate's your winger, isn't he? Or her, or she, rather. Now, I'm going to open up the stream for people to come on and talk to me if you actually want to talk to me. Not many people enjoy talking to me, but yeah, it's fine. And I'm only going to let people on if I can see their faces. So you can switch it back to an avatar afterwards, but I'm going to put the link there in the chat if you want to come up and say hello to me. I don't usually do this. Right, I'm going to turn my desktop audio up, so I might get the audio a little bit unbalanced to start with. But and I'm not going to show people's avatars on stream, but you'll be able to hear them. Jan, just leave us alone. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm allowed to post about my partner on Father's Day. Yeah, like Jan, if you're willing for a peace deal, I'll remove all these screenshots that I have of you in this nice little slideshow, and then you can go that way, and I can go my own way. That's my offer. I'm putting it on the table. Jan looks like the snail makeup artist from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I don't know what that is, Yato. So I'm just going to assume that that's a nice thing to say. Until she needs something to talk about. Well, at the end of the day, if I put the piece on the table and then she decides to go against it, well, that's on her, isn't it? Congrats on your 17 kids, man. That's really, really great. I chose the number 17 because I like the number 17. But I keep hearing about these mystery children that I have, and I don't know who their mamas are, and I don't know where they are either. So it's kind of, strange that again, it's another bizarre accusation. Where the fuck did Hecate even hear that from? Where did Hecate even hear that from? I have no idea. I have no clue. Well, I lie. I did see one person tell her, some false information about myself, but she kind of took it and went off on one, and then she heard some more from Queen of Spades, and then kind of decided that I'm Satan. I can't remember the name of the person, Texas. Do you remember the name of the person who initially told her? She's so gullible, isn't she? They are so gullible. It's bizarre. I did put the link in the chat. I'll do it again. If anybody wants to come up and talk to me, Yato, for example. One in the chat, guys. If you saw Yato's stream, quote unquote, discussion with Monty, aka Stories from the Internet, because that was an interesting stream. Very, very interesting. It was a lot of fun. I say it was a lot of fun. Yato pulled me up onto the stream and Monty ran away. And all I wanted to do was ask him about his leaky vagina. I just want to ask him about his health. What's wrong with that? It's funny as well because he's like, what, a few years ago? Is that his comment where he's like, panel up, bitch, and I'm like, okay. I tried to get him on panel years ago, and he ran away from me then too. So Monty hasn't hit puberty. Oh God, I've been trying to imitate the dude, but I don't know. His voice is too high pitched for me to imitate. What is it? He says, "Poo-poo's caca, stinky poo-poo caca." I can't do it. I just end up kind of sounding like Jar Jar Binks, I think. Get a jab. Get a jab. Get the Yato. Get a job. See, I never sound. I sound like one of the fucking Vikings. You use vocal fry. Monty's transitioning. God bless him. I think we should all wish him well on his transition. Because it is tough. There's a lot to go through, isn't it? Transitioning. So, I think we should all wish him well and support Monty as he, becomes, a lady. I don't know. I should have known it was Queen of Spades. That's the craziest bitch I've ever encountered online. She's up there for sure. I've encountered some nutcases in my time. Queen of Spades is definitely up there. I'm serious. What is going on in my chat? Because people don't fight in my chat anymore. You noticed that? People used to fight each other in my chat. It used to be like the Wild West. It doesn't happen anymore. Everyone fights in hussies now. I see how it is. I think he's transitioning into Monica. Well, good on her. Well, we have to get the pronouns correct, right? I mean, he's got his fingers painted, and he's very pretty. He's got the luscious locks. Now, I don't know what those locks are made out of. Probably dead cats, I suspect. We're all united. It's nice to see, actually. It's nice to see everyone united and not fighting each other for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Scotsman, the internet's dark and full of spurgs. I agree. You know, what's funny is that more than one person tried to remind me about opening the panel up to people, and yet nobody's taken that link. Look, if any of you guys want to come up and you want to have a chin wag with me, you got something to say, even if it's to criticize me, come on up for a minute. Oh, there's a moniker in the back here. Yeah, that's a moniker. You can turn off your camera if you want. I don't know if you've been on camera before. Have you been on camera before? It doesn't matter anyway. I don't even have it captured. Hello to you, Monica. You are live on the Irate Alex YouTube channel. Do not say fuck or bugger. I imagine that would be quite confusing to some people. Hello?
No, I'm not like this. We was on the panel together. I come to say hi to you, Batman.
Oh, well, hello to you, Monica.
I was on the camera.
Yes, I got to see you. I'm sure you've been on camera before. Not that I'm capturing the StreamYard or anything. So, how you been, Monica? How you been?
People,
Everything good?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I'm okay.
What's the matter?
I'm still alive.
You're still alive, and that's a bad thing? Is it a bad thing?
Life.
Is life getting you down, Monica? Are you having trouble coming through to me right now? Are you having audio issues? Monica, can you hear me clearly? I suspect that we're having some audio issues. Can you hear me, Monica?
No.
You can hear me clearly?
I have some delay, I think.
Oh, there's a delay. I see. Can you not hear me through the StreamYard? Let me see. You know what? I really do not like StreamYard. I remember the days of Google Hangouts, man. Google Hangouts was the shit. Google Hangouts on air. Everyone used that back in the day before we all started learning how to use OBS. It's a huge delay in here. It's a huge delay. I wonder why that is. That is peculiar. I wonder if it's my fault, because StreamYard has changed a lot since I actually last properly used it, and I've only ever used it to properly stream, used it as an encoder maybe once. You guys can't hear her either. Speak, Monica. Can you speak for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, I can speak for a minute, but like I say, I'm in the StreamYard alone.
You are. That is literally my fault.
I will fucking kick your ass.
It's my fault, but we're gonna blame Nikki.
Why?
What do you mean why? We always blame you. It's literally my fault. That's why. I'm not familiar with StreamYard. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll admit to it. I didn't put myself in the studio.
Yeah.
That's my own fault. I fucked up.
I was alone, Stephanie. I was alone.
You call me a boomer. I'm one of the only people around here who knows how to use OBS.
I will kick your ass.
It's fine. It's fine. We can blame Nikki. It's all good. Oh, we can blame Hecate for lowering my IQ the last couple of days. It's my own fault. Alex, shut up. Nikki's speaking. What? Why? Nikki's not speaking. She's right there.
So, I say, I was on the camera, but now I'm not in a good shape. It's fucking so hot that you cannot even imagine.
Well, it's also quite hot here. It's that dirty, sweaty type of heat, and I'm not a fan of it at all. I've got the fan on and everything, but it's getting a bit warm at the minute. And I can't have the window open either because the people in the street outside would be able to hear me stream.
That's why I'm not living in a big city.
Yeah, well, I don't live in the big city, but
it's not important.
We do live in a suburban area. And people outside would hear me, and I feel like some Scottish people might take issue with some of the things I say.
Yeah.
And I know,
So
I
like,
know Texas is bad for heat. I know it's bad for heat. Now, Necros told me all about it. But at least you fuckers have bloody air conditioning. Right? We don't do air conditioning over here, as you know.
yeah, you're right, Texas. Yes, it's very human in here. As you know, I'm in Turkey, yeah? So it's very human and hot.
So,
But it's
Monica, with all this drama that's
Mhm.
been going on over the last, I don't know, week and a half to 2 weeks, what are your thoughts on any
My fault.
of it? Any of it?
Listen, I was busy with my friends from other country, but from this what I'm getting, it's a fucking big shit show, like with the bodega.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That people cannot understand that some stuff you cannot talk on the internet. You cannot make accusations. First and foremost, check the records. Okay.
Well, yeah, some of those
It's
accusations are serious crimes.
yes, I know.
Yeah. And
But I don't know, Alex, do you know that I'm selling children?
are you?
I yeah,
I mean, I've
I'm
got
selling
17. Can I
I'm
do some
feeding
wholesale with
children.
you? And then you can sell them on
Mhm.
for me? Because I've got like 17 of them. So,
Oh, oh, that's nice. But I'm smuggling children. Yeah, I'm living in teepee. Oh, fuck it. These people that are such a disaster. Like I say,
how,
it's a
and,
disaster.
and how long, Monica, have you been trafficking children for?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know how I can trafficking somebody if I don't live in the country.
Well,
Oh,
maybe you
I'm
did
sorry,
it like
Stephanie.
through the
Shit,
internet.
I forgot.
Are you a user of the dark web, Monica? Yeah, perhaps maybe you're doing it through there.
I cannot say this, like
Oh,
Stephanie says, don't sell our secrets.
well, yeah. Otherwise, we're not going to be in the money anymore. I'm gonna have to send some of my 17. Not all of them. I need some of them.
Yeah,
For my own personal slavery purposes. But I'll have to give you
because it's too
some of my
expensive.
kids to sell on the market. I could always use a couple of extra quid. So, God, some of these
Yeah,
accusations are
what I can
insane.
say to you, my dear friend, it's what it is. I don't know that you will see my explanation, explosive explanation to some people about the actions on the internet. So I will repeat over and over again. This place should be to relax, not digging some stuff for people to silence them or make it other stuff. Okay. But
I'm not in disagreement with
I
you.
don't know what the hell is going on.
I the internet, I guess, is whatever you make of it. For me, it's laughing at people.
It should be like this.
Yeah,
But the people they going to this degree to talking badly about people which they don't know anything about them. This is interesting.
well,
You know,
yeah.
you're in Europe, so you know how it's working in there. And I was explaining in here, it's doesn't matter. It's 2 weeks and you will be shut down. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Okay. In here, nobody is going to uh, playing your games. If somebody is in danger and you make a slender or situation, what they doing now on the internet, in here they take it this very seriously and very fast because nobody have a time for judges and courts. Okay.
To quote Mike Tyson, you can really tell who's been punched in the face and who hasn't. It
Hmm.
fucking shows. It really does. Do you remember what I said some time ago about how, especially with guys, I don't know about women, but how every man needs to get punched in the face at least once to learn his place in society, to make sure
Yeah,
he
I can
doesn't
agree
get
with
too
this.
cocky and thinking that he can do whatever he likes. Um, you know, and not enough men get punched in the fucking face. I can tell that for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
With girls or women's, I can say if they, the parents, they didn't uh, expected from them to be, in a norm that they give it to them everything, and any repercussions for actions was done. Okay, it's from a girl's side. It's my opinion. Okay.
Well, what repercussions do we actually have at the moment? Well, we have lawsuits.
But it's for grown-up people who they in the past didn't have any consequences of their doing when they was young children. Do you get it? This time and age, you know yes, of course. Any punishment, there is no punishment. I don't mean to be terrible. I'm not talking about beating or something like this, because somebody accused me about of this. No, I'm not beating children. But if you make it something wrong, it should be some kind of repercussion that in the future you will think about this what you're doing. Am I right?
Well, yeah, you are right, and I mean, I wish that that in some circumstances, obviously not all, but there are lawsuits going on, and I
Mm.
wish it didn't have to get to that stage.
Of
Uh,
course,
uh,
and I'm support this too, because it's nonsense. It's destroying your life. But okay, if it's worth it for you, okay, do you, boo? What I can say,
yeah.
what I can say.
Oh,
If you have a deep pockets, okay, okay, my dear friend, I will not stop you. Maybe somebody else will come. Yaro, you can come and make some discussions in here. I will
Yato and
go
I would end
because
up just talking about something disgusting of some sort. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Monica.
you're welcome, but it's very late, so I need to move myself.
Yes.
It was nice to talk with you, my dear friend.
Likewise, Monica. You
And
be good.
take
You be
care of
well.
yourself, guys. Much love. Bye.
Bye bye. But my friggin' dumb ass. I'm not familiar with StreamYard as it. I've only used it properly like once, like properly. I used it to stream once because my something broke, and I can't remember what broke, so I couldn't use OBS. Like it wasn't. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Yalto would get Alex in trouble. That's fine. Yalto can come up. Like, well, we came here to commit hate crimes and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. And if Yalto's an American, he can commit hate crimes on my behalf. I would come up, but Alex would get blamed. I get blamed for. You said the spiciest shit ever last night, Necro. Like, if I had been called out for that, then it doesn't matter at that point. Um, it really doesn't. Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping that Hussey might come along and pop into the StreamYard, because I was kind of wanting to ask him a few things about kind of his position, because Hussey has a very unique position compared to everyone else in all this different drama stuff, because Miss Hussey's channel has been ground zero for a lot of the drama that's gone on, and obviously Hussey is involved in the legal stuff as well. And I had a couple questions. Is it me or is Irate Alex? Is my volume low again? I did turn this up, but you might just have to turn me up on your end. I already, if I did it anymore, I would sound like I was in the bathtub or something. Do I sound super quiet again, guys? Oh, for fuck's sake, you gotta love OBS. I wonder if it changed my settings again. It has a habit of doing that. It does. It's changed my settings before. It's changed what my default audio was as well. I'm at full volume. I wonder. Because I'm not, my audio isn't going through StreamYards, it's going through OBS, but I do wonder if it removed. Okay, right, guys, don't blame me if I ear rape you, okay? I'm gonna turn it up using the gain, right, and hopefully I don't sound awful. So testing 1 2 3. Well, am I too loud now? I think OBS downed the gain filter I had on, because this is how I managed to get my volume up to begin with. Hussey's on the shitter. He said it'd be 5 minutes. That's better. I don't sound awful. Necro just got ear raped. Good. I mean, who would you prefer to be ear raped by? Me, right? Or fucking Hecate screeching Hussey and gang? You know? There we go. Lovely. Is he okay? He's just talking. Ba 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 ba. My son is adorable, guys. He is. It's an absolute pleasure to watch him grow. It really is. And is well, we were accused of letting him scream all stream, where he there's Hustler, there's the Hustler. I'll throw the link in there for him. There you go. So I've got it open. And I know what to do. Oh, absolutely. Babies do put life into perspective. I even said this to Nikki multiple times. I said, I looked at our son and I was like, none of this shit fucking matters. Like, only he matters. None of this shit. None of these fucking morons. None of them do. Nothing they say. Not a single accusation. Oh, he's been screaming all stream. Okay, so you've had 2 streams where he let out a big bellow, right? And then was making baby noises. Because guess what? Babies make noises. And, they're cute noises. Hello, Hussey.
You rang?
I did rang. Or rung?
Yeah?
What's going on?
I was painting, and I heard you rang.
You're a bit quiet, Hussey.
No, I'm doing what Jan did when Jan came on Gigi's channel, and she's like, you rang?
You know what? I didn't even hear her say that.
Yeah.
Who was reacting to that recently? Because I got to hear some of it back again. Oh, GP, it was Gentleman Pioneer was reacting to it, wasn't he? Yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you?
Are you good, Hussey? Are you well?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited, Alex, because I got my DNA results back from Ancestry.com.
You did? Are you
Yes,
going to
I
share
did.
with the class?
You know what? I was going to share it on my stream tonight at 7, but I will say it here. You want me to reveal it? Is that what you want, Alex?
Look, you know me. I want to be the first to know, so...
Okay, I can tell you one, the least that I am, okay? So I'm 2% Italian.
You're 2% Italian?
I'm 2% Italian, yes. So here I'm 50%, I'm 57% Armenian and 2% Italian, but I'm 32% of something and I'm 9% of something.
Are you a Nigerian prince?
No, unfortunately, I'm not black. I was hoping to be black.
I told you weren't, didn't I?
Yeah, I was hoping to be black so I can say fuck you to all the haters.
So you could start saying the N-word, basically, but you can't now, I guess.
I can't now. No. So how are you? What are you up to?
I'm good, Hussey. I wanted, you know how a while ago you were like, you said directly to me, you were like, would you at least stream once a week?
Yes.
You do remember saying that to me. Well, I'm trying to do that until I can get my hands back on my editing software. I'm not in a position to do that right now, and I'm certainly not in a position to get my microphone back either. Because I ain't using this piece of shit to record a video. It has no fucking pop filter on it, and the quality it comes from is dog shit. I want to start making videos again. I actually have the urge to start making videos again. I have been burnt out for well over a year. And I decided, I remember what you said to me, Hussey. You were like, would you stream at least once a week? And I would like to at least do that until I'm able to well and truly pull my finger out.
So you do listen to me.
I do listen to you, yeah. Unlike you, who doesn't listen to me.
I always steer you in the right direction, but you just so stubborn sometimes. And
No, I don't remember disagreeing with that when you first suggested it to me either.
No, you did not. But how about like you do that? You're uploading, but like once a week,
Or stream as
anytime.
well.
Once, yeah, at least give us an hour any time of the day. It doesn't have to be because if I set a time, I ain't doing it. It has to just be a random. I'm in the mood to come and do it, and I think you should do it, and we will share it. And you give us an hour of you because people, I think, enjoy interacting with the creator.
Well,
It gives them.
I'm very much like you, Hussey, in that regard. I have always, even years ago when I was doing political content, I'd fire up a live stream and just talk.
Yeah,
I think there's a benefit to that.
I agree. And
Um,
just because someone doesn't like necessarily enjoy your content to tune in, they can tune in to listen and talk to you because they like you as a person.
Yeah. No,
You
I
know,
don't disagree with you at all on that. And, the type of content that I want to start producing is...
that's Khorne. That's not for here, honey. That's for OnlyFans. We will talk about that
for
later.
OnlyFans, of course. Well, it takes me a minute, as you know, to make those kind of videos, so I'm not against doing the streams, because I'm one of those people. Like, years ago, I got it in my head that I needed and wanted to make videos that were at least like an hour long or whatever.
Yeah.
And that wasn't really based on me trying to like manipulate the algorithm or anything. It was just like, I just want to put out hours long content because it sounds cool, you know?
Right. Right.
You know, it's like a bragging right almost. Yeah, I made a 7-hour fucking video. And by the way, that is the goal eventually, because there's a couple content creators that I really like that have done 7+ hour videos. See, these are the sounds of a happy baby.
Oh, that's wonderful. And see
He's
how
laughing.
dare you?
He's laughing.
You're not taking care of your kid and you're screaming. Why don't you go take care of your kid?
I know it's not like Nikki is sat with him right now on the bed making him laugh.
Right.
But Mother of the Year over there, yeah.
Like nobody hears babies aren't screaming and crying in the background. People, calm down.
Yeah, I don't have like I'm up at Nikki's and I don't have a proper setup here. Even fucking now back at my apartment, I don't even have a proper setup. But he's happy right now. He's making happy noises. He's laughing and cooing. That was a proper laugh. Did you hear that? He went like that. But he's a little brat screaming all the way for a stream. According to these arseholes.
So is he like you when you were young? Were you a little brat like you are now? Well, you're a dick.
You'd be very surprised, Hussey, for me to tell you. And if my mother was here, she would back me up on this. But as a child, I was silent. I was very quiet.
I don't believe that.
Well, look, as a child, up until 3rd year of high school, I was very, very, very quiet. And very introverted.
3rd year of high school?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then, after that, that's kind of when things changed. And then that's when I became a little shit.
So you were a good kid growing up? Like,
yeah. I was a good, my mum told me I was a good baby. I was a very unwell child, actually, to start with, the first couple of years. As a kid, I was just very quiet. I kept myself to myself and I behaved myself.
Right.
I was a very well-behaved child. And then I got to 3rd year of high school and that all changed.
So wait a minute. You're the only child, right?
No, well, I was raised like an only
you
child.
have siblings. No.
Yeah. One of my siblings passed away last year, as you know.
Right.
But I was raised like an only child because they were both significantly older than I am. Like my eldest sister is like 14 years older than me, I think. And of course, my brother who passed away last year was like 12 years older than me. Like those two grew up together. I grew up like an only child. So because but this was back in the day, right, when you could leave home at 16, and you could actually find a home to live in. The cost of living crisis has really damaged this country a great deal. But
you know what just dawned on me?
What?
You sound like you're 60 years old.
I know. I keep saying this.
Got it. You talking, that's why I respect you and don't argue with you. Remember all the time I say I never talk back to Alex, like, and I'm not like that. Fuck whoever, talk shit to me. But now I know why, because he sounds like he's a 60-year-old grown-ass man, and he's fucking 30.
Well, mentally I am. Well, I'm not 30 either. I'm nearly 40. Like, I'm 37.
Yeah, but you sound like, literally, you sound 20 years older.
Yeah, I know. I'm
And that's why
an
I don't
old
talk back to
man
you,
in
like,
a
you're fucking
nearly
older than you.
middle-aged man's body.
Yeah, doesn't he? You guys, doesn't he sound like he's like 67? He sounds like he's
Back in my day.
You sound like a professor.
Well, I don't know if I'm as articulate as a professor, but
60 isn't old, Huzzy. Well, it's from 31 or 37. It is. He doesn't sound 37. Come on. I mean, listen to Yato. He's in his 30s too. He sounds like an immature little brat.
I don't consider any content or community to be beneath me. I'm not that arrogant. I know I come across as that way, but I'm genuinely not. But I also
really
don't
do.
consider myself to be a part of Girl World either, so...
No, I don't consider you part of Girl World either. I consider you in your own little thing. That's why I always said you're very to yourself. You don't play like this politics bullshit. And what you say is what you mean. And you don't.
It's because I learned my lesson, Hussy. I told you, I've learned everything the hard way, man. Everything the hard way.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that I had to learn everything the hard way.
You teach me everything the hard way too, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know how I do. I don't even spit on it. I just go in. Go in dry.
Oh my God, don't.
Oh, sorry, I forget. We might offend someone because we have our banter. God forbid.
Yes, we have our banter. This is when Jan is going to log off.
Necro's right, actually. Fuck me. When he says it like that, that really does make me sound like I'm really old. Necro and I once spent hours. Well, Necro and I once spent hours talking about the correct shade of the paint that I couldn't remember the name of.
Yeah, like you're the youngest. No, but you sound like the oldest.
I know, I'm the youngest and I sound the oldest.
You sound like the oldest. Yeah, very dictator type of a. Yeah.
I understand, like, most of it's my accent, as is said in the chat.
It really is. It's a fantastic accent. I've always thought that was... If I had to have an accent, it would 100% be that.
I would actually prefer... Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Darkest Hour, a movie about Winston Churchill. But posh British people have a different kind of accent to what you might think, and there are certain words they pronounce that I actually cannot physically imitate, that I have tried to, but I can't. And I don't know why I can't do it. It's really strange.
So Downton Abbey, that's the posh accent, right?
Yeah, if you were to try to say the word family in a posh British accent,
Yes.
right? If I was trying to do it, like Lord Bear's voice, for example, oh, look at my family, but that's actually not how posh people pronounce that word, right? They add like this, I don't know, extra flick of the tongue to things. So instead of family, it's family. I can't even do it. It's like famlia. You know what I mean? It's like there's like a lia on the end of everything.
No. That's difficult.
I really struggled to do it. The actors that were in that movie spoke with that accent. And I'm sitting there, like, trying to imitate it. Like, I must have looked so retarded. I'm sitting there going, has it been in your family? like I'm trying to, like, roll my tongue and shit. Like, I can't do it at all.
But, Jan sounds like the total opposite. Jan does not sound posh at all. She brags, like, where she's from. I know exactly where she's from because we were, like, reporting channels and shit like that. And I've never told you because I didn't dox her, but I've looked up where she's from, and it says drug-infested, crime-infested.
Did you hear me offer a peace deal, a peace treaty to Jan?
Did I? What's that, hon?
Was you listening when I offered Jan a peace treaty?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if she would be accepting of it. I personally doubt it, but
No, she's honestly, she's not well. She plays the game. You know, she hates anybody that hates me, and you're not going nowhere.
Well, that's why she disliked me to begin with, wasn't it? And I find that to be
Yeah,
somewhat
she
sad.
used to send you. She was a channel member. She was a channel member. This is what she does. She doesn't talk to Edna either. She loved Edna. Edna was on her panel at least once a week, Drama Fridays. Now Edna's in everybody else's chat. She has a wrench in my chat. Edna says she hasn't talked to me in months. This is why she's a phony fake. Nobody meets people like that. Not online or not in real life.
Well, I'm
Like
still confused, Hussey, why she felt the need to go off on sort of like a large tirade about how much better she is than me. It's like, okay, like, all right,
if you have to
you're
come
better than
online and
me.
pretend
Like,
you're so much better and she's 80 years old, that means you have nothing in your life. You have nothing.
I personally am of
All
the
she has
mind.
is a daughter with blonde hair and blue eyes, and she thinks like that's better than the rest.
Well, is that not an Aryan Nazi-like attitude to have? Because, you know, the Nazis were really big on the whole Aryan genetics, you know, blue eyes, blonde hair thing. You know,
Well,
to like fetishize it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
you
she
could have
told
your
Vicky.
preferences, but like, it sounds like she's. I don't even know if I've even heard her talk about it, but like, I'm not saying she's a Nazi either, but like, if you're out there fetishizing particular genetic traits,
She went on to Vicky's panel. Vicky treated her with respect, and she was explaining how we met the first time at a bar. So Vicky said, you know, I don't know Jan, but I don't agree with your beliefs. I don't see him in blackface, this and that. If you don't like it, you can get off my panel. And then she go out of nowhere, Alex. She's like, my daughter has blonde hair and blue eyes, and she would wipe the floors with you.
it's like, what are you even supposed to say in response to something like that?
Why? Where did that come from? We're having a discussion, and you bring up your daughter to wipe the floor. No, why don't you wipe the floor with Vicky if you can? But you can't. This is what I mean. And then she made fun of Vicky's food addiction. She made fun of Vicky working out at the gym. She made fun of her fupa. Like, and then she says Foodie Beauty is 16 years old. That guy was 40. Yeah, but we don't know the details. We don't know what Foodie Beauty did. The 16-year-olds are seductive. Like, she's all weird. She's weird.
I don't understand the point in sitting there and telling someone that you're better than them.
Maybe she's an insecure person in real life and she comes online to brag.
But when she did it with me, it's not like I was trying to put her down or anything. You know, I wasn't sitting there insulting her physical appearance or, you know, insulting her life achievements or anything. I just wanted to have a conversation. And you guys can go watch that stream if you want. So, you know.
So what if you talked about her physical appearance? She talks about everybody's physical appearance.
I'm talking in the context of GG stream. You know, in the context of GG stream, she was invited up, she came up, and all I wanted was just to have a nice conversation. You know, and I was being polite. Sort of like to point that out, that me, was nice to someone. Right? That's a big deal, as you guys know. If I'm being polite to you, I was even polite and respectful to Hecate to start with.
Yeah, I remember you told her, you know, Jan, I liked you. We got along. Like, I don't, you know, and I don't, you said I don't go after people unless they come after me first. And if
You know
you're
what's
gonna
funny
make
as
fun of
well,
my
see?
baby,
Nobody has ever mocked my military service until Jan, and I find that bizarre. And just quickly, thank you very much, Lucifer, for becoming. Thank you, Satan. Thank you, Lucifer, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please continue, Hussey.
and you said, you know, I never go after anyone unless they come after me first, and I have the right to say what I want to say if they're coming after my baby. And then she acted like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know they come after your child. Meanwhile, immediately after Gigi's stream, AK fired up a live stream and she said, fuck your baby. And Jan was, yeah. She don't give a shit. She does not give a shit. Okay? Fuck you, Jan.
I just don't understand it. But again, you know, again, like I keep saying, I'm somewhat of even a hypocrite for even saying it, I suppose. You know, because I keep telling you and GG and other people like these people were not to be understood. and yet I still finding myself trying to understand them. and yes, Texas One. I that's the reason why Jan went off me, because I had the audacity to stream with a gay man.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on her channel and her views? She went
they've
from getting
dropped
3,000
significantly,
views.
haven't they? Like, they've gone down a lot.
She gets 100, if that, which 5,000 something subs. She used to get about 3,000. Now she gets less than 100. She can't even get 10 people in a live stream. That's why she stopped the streaming with Bridget and Edna. Nobody watches her. Jan, why is that? Why are more people watching me?
She used to do okay.
She used to do okay when it wasn't really like a troll. She was like a commentary channel.
When she streamed with the German guy, what was his name?
Oh,
Crochetta?
Crochetta. They're not friends anymore.
I can't imagine they would be, to be honest. Yeah, she used to do streams and stuff with him. And I think it all went downhill when DC turned up on the scene and started doing the odd stream with her from time to time. And I think that's where it went downhill from there, really.
She has none of her old friends left. The only friend she has now is Bridget, that's new. She doesn't even have Edna anymore. And she's in the bodega. She went from everybody in the girl world, whatever, DC to all of them. Now she's enemies with all of them except bodega. So that says a lot, Jan, about who you are. You're not stable. You flip-flop. And she paid Yaba and whatever to for them to allow her back in her chat because she was kicked out. She literally paid $4.99 and said, "I'll behave."
She paid for the right to speak in Yaba's chat?
Yeah, because she was kicked out and she sent a super chat. Yeah. She's a desperate. I'm telling you, I can't deal with people like this. I seem to get a gut feeling in my gut.
I get a gut feeling in my gut.
A gut feeling in my gut when there's a troll. Like, they immediately trigger me. Immediately. And some people don't get it right off the bat. But I do. And she happened to be one of them, and there are other ones which I will not bring up their name.
Well, I'll give you credit, Hussey. You've gotten so much better with your temper.
Thank you.
You have significantly.
Well, I've grown a lot too. I mean,
it's personal growth, isn't it?
Yeah, 51 years old. I started in 2001 or 2002, and there's so much games, politics, all this stuff. I don't take none of it seriously. Nobody's one or two, maybe five people that I feel like I can talk to in private. Otherwise, the rest of them, Alex, nope. Especially that Yato old bitch. Well, Yato talks behind my back all the time.
Well, you know what Yato's like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He didn't break his rib. I don't think he broke his ribs. He could have just been crying on stream about something else.
Yato used to be a model, didn't he?
A model?
Yeah. Yeah. Monty pulled up a picture that looked suspiciously like Yato, right? And, he's rocking this, yellow sweater and stuff and, that booty shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, Necro's bringing up my death counter, because I have a death counter now.
Oh, God.
Because they all keep telling me how MS is going to kill me. And that, actually, I'm glad that we brought this up, because...
You don't need to stop talking about that shit. Fuck them.
Oh, but I enjoy playing into it, though. And I will bring something up. Is Neg suicidal?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have to ask that question, and I asked that question specifically because he spoke about me recently. I don't know why. I've not spoken about him in ages. He was saying that, how I've lost my edge and I've lost my touch and I've gone soft and all this other shit. And
actually, you have not gone soft, darling.
No, I'm rock solid. I'm rock solid, baby. But he was saying words to the effect of, it's not verbatim, fuck me.
Yes, darling.
He was like, at least Irate Alex has MS and it's going to kill him. No one cares about me and my mental health. I'm like, wait a minute, is he jealous? Is he jealous of my disease?
You know, Alex, anytime I talk to you, that's like never in my head. I don't know why it's in other people's head. Like it never crosses my mind until you bring it up. Like I don't know why some people are constantly bringing it up and like making fun. Like that is
I
the
don't
most.
care. Like,
That's your community, Jan. That is your community. You talk about you like Alex or whatever, and then you go and you support someone that wishes the worst. Okay, Jan? Yeah, you're 80 years
I don't
old.
care. Like, at the end of the day, like when it comes to the MS stuff, um, like, if people want to make fun of me for it, say I'm gonna die in 2 years or whatever because they don't know how MS works. MS doesn't kill, by the way. Just pointing that out. He sounded legitimately jealous of me.
Well, if someone, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was really strange.
Were you ever friends with him?
No, I'm one of the few people that never actually was friendly with him. The first time Negs and I like spoke to each other, we bumped heads immediately.
Mm-hmm. We've never bumped heads, you and I. You want to? Well,
Yes, we
at
have.
least not the head on our shoulders, darling.
Well, you and I have bumped heads. Because I remember being banned from your Twitch channel by
Fuck off.
not
That
by
was-
you, not by you. You know,
No,
it wasn't your fault, but I got so mad about it. Like, I was like, this motherfucker. You from a former mod of yours. When you didn't know any better, and you know, I bring it up because you said we've never butted heads, but we have butted heads before.
My former mod of mod. Do I speak to this person?
Yeah. He likes 15-year-old girls.
Well, yeah. I'm not surprised there.
Yeah, he banned me because, you know, he and I have been butting heads for even longer than I've known you, or even been a part of, you know, this, I don't know, corner of the internet, dare I say. And then there was that one time, which I'm not so sure if I was in the right anymore, when you were bollocking Russell,
Mm-hmm.
and you wouldn't kind of stop, and I came up to tell you off for going on and on about it, but I'm not so sure I should have stopped you now.
I don't remember that.
I do, because I ended up bumping heads with a couple of the other guests you had on. It was what's that woman I don't like that Hussey is friends with? What's her name? Say that again.
Who?
Widow, Weeping Widow.
Oh, widow, you don't like?
Oh yeah, I felt like we bumped heads with each other. To be honest, I feel like she's one of those people who's a bit much for me to deal with. You know.
Actually, she's in your neck of the woods all the time. She has family. Yeah, she comes there all the time.
We need to give British
Listen,
people back their guns.
she's been nice to me, and if you get to know her and stuff, believe me, she's a whole hell of a lot nicer than most people online. I'm sure she has her things too, but
Well, I just remember finding her a little bit much. To kind of be, because, you know, some people's personalities are just, they're larger than life, I dare I say. And when someone's louder than me, right, then that means they are very, very loud.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I found her to be a little bit much. I don't know, a little bit. I don't know, forceful with her personality and stuff. And I kind of not. Plus, what does she say about free speech again? Because it was something specific she pissed me off with. Like, wasn't she for like hate crime law stuff? Well, that was the other one. I can't remember that. I don't know. I'm not remembering it correctly. It's fine.
The only thing that stands out with Willie Widow is that she is attracted to men that are 85 years old and older. She likes that 85, 90 old men.
Well, because I sound like an old man, that's why she was being like that.
No. No. And one time she used to come on my panels a lot, and I was doing a pre-party show. I was going to go out. I was having some cocktails, and we were talking about this subject. And I'm like, you know what, Willie Widow? If I see, I'm tired of hearing you, brag about these 90-year-old men and how great they are, and even though you can't do intercourse, there are other things that you can do that are
But
just as
how can you have a relationship with someone whose testicles are around their fucking ankles?
I don't know. But I said, you know what? If I see an 80-year-old man at the bar, I'm going to talk to him just for you, and I'll give it a chance. She's like, try it. You might like it. I said, okay. So I tried it. There was an 80-year-old man or whatever, and he came up to me, Greek man, and he wanted to kiss me. I'm like, I'm going to do this for Witty Widow. And when his tongue, he tried to tongue me, and his tongue was shaking, like, you know, when people like their hands shake when they get super old or whatever. And what is it called? Is it Parkinson's or whatever?
Oh, but Parkinson's, one of the symptoms of Parkinson's is
Yes, the
a
tongue.
tremor. Yeah,
The tongue had Parkinson's. I wanted to vomit. I couldn't even kiss him, and
well,
I came.
he might have tongue punched your turtle cave with that vibrating
Ah,
tongue.
it was gross, gross. And I told her the next time I saw her, I was like, don't you never tell me about, you know, kissing or whatever 80, 90-year-old men. No.
Did you do kick ups with his balls?
I didn't touch it. Ugh. No. What are you doing at a bar at 85 years old? Seriously, kissing on men.
Maybe he was just wants to see a little bit of excitement in his life. You know?
I would probably end up going to a bar at 85 years old. I'm one of those people.
Yeah, you are. You definitely are.
100%.
I can see that for you. Yeah, for sure.
So it's Pride this weekend. You know that, right? Sunday there's going to be the march. Everybody from around the world will be here in New York City. Should be quite fun.
I've been to Pride twice myself, personally.
Did you like it?
It was pretty interesting. I got to put, because they always have those stalls where they sell the sex toys and stuff.
Yes.
And one of the staff members offered for me to lock my friend inside this little ball cage type of thing, and I got to lock my friend in a ball cage, and it was great.
Oh hell no! You're not locking me up anywhere.
Well, you know, it wasn't for long. You know.
Ugh.
Yeah, there were some people using the dildos as like lightsabers and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was fun. And you know, there's a lot of drinks.
Oh yeah.
A lot of drinks, and especially when I was God, it's been years since I've been to a Pride. I used to go to Pride in Manchester, down the gay village there. Yeah, it was a bar called Queer. Then there's a few others like it's a whole road, it's a whole thing. And it was a great time. It was the good music, lots of food, stuff like that on the parade that was on. I was very confused by the parade though, because they included some people that I never thought would be as a part of a parade. Like, it didn't kind of make sense, at least to me. Like stars from like British soap operas and stuff like that. It was just like, okay, but what are they doing here? Yeah, just like I was like, well, I don't even know if they're gay themselves, so I don't really know why they're here. But I guess, you know, it brings in more people, I suppose, if celebrities or low level celebrities turn up to that sort of thing.
They have celebrities here too that come on the float, and yeah, it just brings people.
Yeah, I figured that's probably what the reason was. I had a good time. I got significantly drunk, had a good dance, and it was a good time.
Now, do you get hangovers?
Yes, and let me tell you something, and I hate to bring up MS again, right? But I noticed that once I exceeded the age of 25, right, my hangovers started lasting longer, right?
Oh,
and then I've gotten drunk maybe once or twice since the MS has hit, and let me tell you something: a hangover with MS is hell on earth.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is. I can drink. I choose not to drink anymore. I think I've told you that before. I'm completely teetotal. But let me tell you something. Hangover on MS is the worst. Like, even hair of the dog does nothing. Nothing.
Wow.
It's just pain. It's just agony.
Honestly, the next day I can't even scream, because I feel like I am still drunk. I literally get up to feed my cat, eat something, go to bed, and just watch YouTube. I don't even like to take phone calls because I still feel drunk. But in my 20s, I would be able to work all day, come home, take a shower, go to a bar until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then 7 o'clock be at work the next day. But not now, honey. Not now.
No, I can see why. But when we get older, it gets worse as well. On top of that, like, not only do I have the whole MS making things, 100 times worse, but I'm nearly 40. I'm only 3 years away from being 40. I don't. Yeah, fuck you, Necro. Necro doesn't get hangovers at all, but then again, he can't also get drunk either. So,
how do you not get hangover? I just don't understand that.
some people are built like that, dude.
I know Vicky doesn't get hangovers either, and she can party from 10 at night till 10 the next morning. No, not me. I go out at 11. I'm home by 3.
Necro can't get drunk either.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, I like a buzz.
No, I like to have a buzz as well.
I like to have a buzz.
I don't see the point. Well, I don't know.
A
drink on its own does relax me.
What's the point of drinking if you're not going to get a buzz? I mean, it's not the best taste in the world. I'd rather drink something else, but that buzz makes you feel good, especially when you're out.
Well, I haven't drank in some years at this point. I feel like if I was to have a drink, I don't think it'd take much at this point.
No, it wouldn't. Your tolerance level has gone
Yeah.
down. What about like a glass of wine?
I wouldn't mind a glass of wine.
I think that's really healthy for you. They say that the resveratrol in the red wine is super healthy for you. You should have like, tiny glass.
If only I liked red wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like the taste of it, no.
Red wine.
Hey, UB40 song.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going to happen, right? Because I can identify a UB40 song, but I can't identify an ABBA song, right?
Really?
Yeah, I'll get shit for that, I'm sure.
By the way, Jan cannot strike anybody playing her AI music. You remember she was threatening.
Oh, yeah, she seems to think, she seems to be under the impression that she can copyright her AI music.
No.
She can do that if she contributes enough to it. Right, if she needs to contribute a significant amount of effort to it. However, all she did was write the lyrics, and that's not enough.
No, and I played her music on Twitter purposely to trigger her, and let's see if she's going to report it. Go ahead, Jan. Your music sucks.
But I'm also of the mind that because people abuse the copyright system on YouTube, right? And YouTube doesn't get involved in that sort of stuff because it's like a legal thing, copyright law. And I just, I don't want to. I just don't want the headache of it. That's why I didn't put the last stream up immediately, because I was like, I can't be fucking arsed with it. And then I was, people were asking, Alex, can we have the stream after party up? And I was like, fucking fine. So I had to go find where in the stream it was, and then cut out a whole section of the stream.
Right.
It's because at the end of the day, she's not in the right. 100% not in the right. But it's YouTube, isn't it? People abuse that shit all the time.
Mm-hmm. She's trouble. And it's best to just avoid her as much as she can. But it's the IRL that she does that pisses me off. It's hard to avoid people that go IRL on you. That's the problem.
No, I know.
So.
That's why all this drama stuff I think has been as intense as it has been, because pretty much everyone involved goes IRL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Hecate's gone IRL with anyone, but she has made some crazy accusations.
She basically threw a bomb.
Yeah.
And and just stirred the pot so much. I don't understand what does she expect?
I don't know. I really don't understand it. I mean, again, there's me trying to understand an insane person when I'm not insane.
Right.
I don't know. Well, what is the goal, Hussy?
She didn't answer that question. I asked her that question. What is your goal? Do you think you're going to get Belinda in jail? Because you're lying now. Now you're just lying. And having someone swatted is very serious. And you're up here accusing her, and you're taking away, because what if I go to, which I'm not going to do, but lie to the police and go by what she says and say, oh, now there's this person of interest too. You're just fucking everything up if somebody believed you. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is a horrendous accusation to throw at Belinda. And like you and
Yes.
Belinda are very friendly for some years now, right?
She was my first friend.
Yeah. So I mean, why would Belinda do that to you?
Exactly. She wouldn't. Belinda hasn't done that to anybody. Why would she do it to? She hasn't done it to her enemy. Why would she do it to me?
Like you have been
If,
swatted before, but not by Belinda.
right, I was swatted before. I've reported that SWAT the same day, Alex. People think that, or the bodega thinks that I never reported it. I absolutely did report it. It happened live on screen. My camera was on. The audio was on when I answered the door and the police officers came in. I reported it. I got all the information and presented them everything that was tweeted online about this SWAT because I had been threatened to
Yeah.
get swatted. And there is a person of interest. So she sounds like a fool to come out of nowhere, not knowing that I have all my paperwork saying, "Oh, your friend is the one that had you do it." But no, I don't have any whatchamacallit, receipts to show you or anything
Funny
like that.
that.
No, so no, she didn't do it. Absolutely not. And then they said the bodega says he did, and no one else ever said Belinda did it. It's only her. And then the bodega says Huzzy never got swatted. And then the next day they say Huzzy swatted himself. And then they go back and forth. So which one is it? Which one is
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that there is a distinct lack of evidence, receipts involved in pretty much every single thing that she has said since it started. Like there are some
it?
crazy accusations out there that she's slinging around. I know people are asking like, where's it coming from? And I have seen people in her chat tell her things, and she just believes it.
A lot of things have been said and done IRL to me ever since certain someone left my community, Cha.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that was done by Belinda. Let's just make that very clear. All the IRL, all of the harassment, all of the whatever that has been a problem for the past 2, 3 years, none of them involved her. So let's just make that very fucking clear.
Oh, absolutely. Like I've known Belinda for a few years now. I wouldn't describe us as close, but we've been friendly for some years. She's never done anything like that, and I
No,
would never have thought that she would. Even now, I wouldn't think that she would.
no. And I don't want to get too deep into this, and I'm gonna have to get ready for my stream. I also want
Oh
to
yeah,
tell you
you've
this.
got a stream in an hour. Please feel free to promote it in the chat there, Hussy.
Thank you. Um, so people were getting on her about me when I had called the police on Neds, and I had told the police officers that this is what he's doing online. It's getting out of control. I don't know what to do. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
I and the cop went to his house. One cop. I had told Belinda, but I told her the police does not want me to tell everybody online because if I piss Negs off, he's going to continue to go after me. So
Yeah.
he said, do not mention it online. But I told Belinda and I told her, please do not tell anybody because if this gets to Negs, he's just going to get triggered and go after me more. That's why Belinda didn't tell anyone. Not that she was keeping it a secret for, malicious reasons or she was a part of it or anything like that. Okay, it was the police officer just said, no, do not. Because I always say what I do, Alex.
Yeah.
If I'm going to call the police, I call online. If I'm going to go to the police, I go online. I don't hide anything because what I do is never an op or never try to, hurt anyone or whatever. So I told her, and she said, okay, I won't say it online. And that's it. But Belinda wasn't responsible for it or anything like that. She doesn't do these things. No.
No, it's not in Belinda's nature to do this sort of stuff. I've never seen her do anything like this before. No, it's disgusting, and the accusations that against Gigi, that
Yeah.
he's hiding all these maliciously hiding stuff is bullshit. That there's a child fucking trafficking ring within this core of, like, where the fuck does this even come from? All of it's insane. And I think last night well and truly proved, probably to most people, including myself, like, accusing Metica is insane. Like, fuck, she's fucking stupid. Well, she is stupid. I think she proved that. But I think last night proved it, that she's only really she's not interested in helping victims at all. And I said this from the start. Like, I had her pegged from the start. She's only interested in just causing as much madness, as much chaos, as much drama as she possibly can. Because, like, if you were for the victims, not a single accusation would have been made against anyone to begin with.
Correct.
If she cared, then she wouldn't have brought anyone's name up, and it would just be about educating people about Zoom and what he's done. It wouldn't be about making accusations against Kiwi Farms, as if Kiwi Farms is some kind of monolith. Like, it's a website with lots of users, like Twitter, yeah? Like, do people not realize this?
She's lost a couple of hundred subs, I think.
I can imagine she's lost a few, because she's been lashing out at her own, like, supporters and stuff. I've seen that happen. Like, so some people were just straight up, like, saying hello or just being nice, and then she, got triggered and lashed out at them.
I was nice to her, Alex. Remember when I DM'd you? And I was like, "What happened?" And you're like, "You were just messing with her, whatever. You don't care." And I messaged her and I said, "Listen, he was just joking with you. You're welcome in my chat." I was being very fucking nice to her. I wanted a discussion. I wanted her to. Belinda is always open to talking, and she's always open to apologizing. But she went up and she just basically lied on Belinda, and she wouldn't talk to Gigi. So you know what? If you don't want to have a conversation about the serious subject, then go fuck off. Go fuck off. I don't want her chatting in my chat anymore. If you're gonna go and chat Hecate and just chat and continue going after Strawberry Kiwi, you're gonna get blocked. If you want to come up on panel and have a serious discussion, then you're welcome. But no more going after Nikki or Alex or Strawberry because you ain't getting nothing accomplished. Go and look for Zoom.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We were listening in a Discord, to all this chaos, and you can't have a conversation with someone that's not interested. Like, she's I don't know what the deal is there. I mean, I can sit there and I can sling shit, call her Hecadone, or call her Methadone Mary, or point out all these. I can say all the nasties, I can be mean as much as I like, right? But it doesn't really explain anything. But again, me speculating doesn't help either. The case, she's got something wrong, and the thing is, I'm not the only one saying that. Like, hundreds of people are saying that.
Yeah, and there is no revenge porn, nothing like that.
Oh yeah, the revenge porn thing. Yeah.
The only nudes out there are the ones that Alex sends to me. Bridget did not send any nudes. Calm down, Dore.
Yeah, I didn't really get the whole revenge porn thing at all, really.
No.
Very strange, because my definition of revenge porn is, like, if you sent me nudes and then I posted those nudes to the internet, that's revenge porn.
Right.
Right. Or, a video of sexy things, right? That's revenge porn. What the fuck was her definition of this?
I think she said if someone sends you pictures, you're not allowed, even if they're fully dressed, you're not allowed to send it to anybody else. That's revenge. What?
That is not revenge porn.
No. What does porn have to do with it then? Why would you even put porn?
But if you're just kind of stood there in your clothes, I don't know, waving or whatever, right? That's not revenge porn. That's just a picture.
Sexually explicit photos, they were not.
Yeah.
She was fully dressed, and it was quite boring, to be honest with you anyway. Yeah, that's not revenge porn.
Nah, it's, as the author says in the chat, intimate pictures. That's revenge porn. That's, so who sent what to who again? It's a picture of Bridget, right?
It's a picture of Bridget, yeah, and Bridget sent it to GP, and I think GP's. I don't. Somebody clear it up in the chat. Somebody clear it. Bridget send it to GP to give to Cha, right?
I won't disagree with Taylor Noir here. Sexually explicit could be subjective. But like, what was the picture even of? Like, was she doing
Okay,
anything?
so I remember she had black tights on, leggings that go to her fucking ankles. Okay?
Yeah.
And she had on a
Excuse me.
top, which she had on a top that was like a wife beater top, but for a woman. Okay, it was like a tank top almost, but it covered her, I think, her entire stomach and everything. Nothing was out. It was like she was dressed for a hot summer day, maybe going to run errands or to the gym or something like that. That's all it was. It was
What
nothing.
was she doing in the picture? Just posing for the picture, or
Yeah, I think she was. I think she was in front of the mirror. It wasn't. None of the pictures. I don't think even were her in bed or anything like that.
so nothing sexually explicit?
No, nothing like the ones we send each other.
Well, I guess you could stand in front of the mirror and suck your finger. I guess that might be taken that
No,
way.
no sucking fingers, no twirling the head, nothing. It was just a boring ass fucking picture. So how is the word corn even in the same sentence? How?
Yeah, that's not revenge porn.
It's not.
I think
No.
a court of law would probably agree on that one, to be honest.
Okay, so you send normal photos, regular photos of her to someone else without her permission. That's not illegal. That's not illegal.
Like, it's a dick move, for sure.
Yeah, it's not right, but you're not going to get in trouble for it.
No, it's...
Alex, I'm going to continue getting ready for my stream.
Yes, please promote the stream to the chat, Hussy, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much, Alex. I love you very much, and you're always welcome on my channel. And your balls will be polished later this evening.
It's about time. You've been polishing. They've been promising a polishing. That's hard to say. Promising a polishing.
Promising a polishing.
Yeah, you've been promising that for days now. But, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hussy will be going live in just under an hour's time on the Miss Hussy channel. If somebody could please share Miss Hussy's YouTube channel link in the chat there, I'd be very much obliged. And you'll be interviewing Jessica Messica. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to have Jessica Meska on. She wants to have a good time, nothing serious, but we'll take questions from the audience. I'm sure we'll speak about all, the hot topics and whatever that's been going on, but it's going to be a chill. Maybe we'll have music in the background, have a good time, because it's been a lot this past 2 weeks.
Yes,
so.
it's been quite a lot. But yeah, thank you very much, Hussy, for coming
Thank
on.
you,
I appreciate you coming on.
I'll see you soon.
And
okay.
You have a good stream, Hussy.
You too, hon. Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick myself out of the StreamYard. There we go. And I'll just sit here on OBS for a minute. Guys, before I end the stream, any queries, questions, criticisms that I can sit here and ignore? My least favorite person. Who's your least favorite person in the world? I don't really have a least favorite person. Like, I don't hate any of these people either, but some of them are fucking annoying. You know what I mean? Hello, old guy gamer. I hope you're well, sir. I hope you're well. Go buy some new software. Not yet. I'm not in a position to do that. There's no point without my microphone anyway. Hello, Kate. French Canadians. Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Hate is reasonable and fair. Oh, don't forget the song. Yeah, you're completely correct. Did I download that to this computer? I probably didn't. You know what I'll do is I'll bring it up quickly, and I'll play it for you specifically. Ida. Okay, I'll click that when we're ready to end the stream. That's a great way to actually end the stream, mind you. I think that's a good way. Freaking French Canadians, man. Canadians, bad enough as it is with their maple syrup and shit. But then along comes Mr. Cheeseface. Yeah, that's a terrible combination of people right there. Terrible combination. French Canadians don't deserve rights. I agree. 100% agree. I think we all can all acknowledge the fact that they're not even human beings. They're not people. Of course, Ida. Of course. I think we've established a few things the last couple of days. We've established that prostitutes aren't people, not even flora or fauna, and it's the same with French Canadians. They're basically the same thing. Prostitutes and French Canadians, same thing. Yeah, don't do meth as well. Don't do meth. That's probably up there. That's if I could give someone advice, don't do meth is I think that's a good bit of advice to give out, to be honest. Double watch out today. I'm also Canadian. Well, I feel, I'm sorry for you, Storm. Well, it looks like we're both disabled, I guess. You should wash your coochie daily. Yes, for sure. That's a good bit of advice to give out to people. I completely agree with that. Wash your minge. Now I'm having to go blame Canada in my blame Canada. Exactly. Yeah. Don't be such a gullible fucking moron. Yeah, that's up there. Don't ever, no matter if, even if there's a fire, don't ever believe Queen of fucking Spades / Karma, right? You see her in a chat, Queen of Karma, formerly known as Queen of Spades. Like, if she said the sky was blue, right? Don't believe it. Go outside, check for yourself. And that's a great bit of advice to give as well. Like, if it doesn't matter if it's me or any other content creator that you happen to like or even respect, always do your research. Don't just believe the shit that we say unless we're showing direct receipts, and even then you should be double checking the shit we say. Especially like, known lying lunatics who have no self-control. Like Hecate. Oh my god, is she still around? Yes, unfortunately, because she keeps feeding, quote unquote, information to the world's most gullible prostitute, and that is not a good combination. That is not a good combination of things. Don't use the word minge in front of your midwife. Who'd use the word minge in front of the midwife again? Was that me or was it you? That was you, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought so. It wasn't me. It wasn't me for a change, yeah. I realize I have no filter, but even I did not say the word minge in front of the midwife. She's in Ron's chat. Oh, God. That's a bad combination of people. Like, schizophrenic paranoia, anyone? Like, the stream? Again, and I know I brought this up earlier to Hussey, but Nikki showed me Negs, talking about me, saying how I've gone soft and this sort of stuff. And he genuinely sounded jealous of my having MS because he thinks it's going to kill me. And he's like, no one cares about my mental health. Well, maybe if you weren't such a fucking pussy run and such a bellend on the internet, maybe someone might give a shit about you. Also, don't sound jealous of my fucking disease, man. It ain't good. Like, it ain't gonna kill me, but it ain't good either. Like, it's not the most pleasant thing in the world. Jeez, that's a weird thing to be jealous of, isn't it? Come on now. And, unless you're, like, openly suicidal, I don't know, man. Funny how he used to laugh at the EMS. Now he wants it. I mean, I don't think he does, right? Because he might get one of the scarier versions of it. Like what my brother had. Like, my brother had, primary progressive, and that shit is not good. Like, mine's like active relapse remitting, but it's okay a lot of the time. Like, I'm not, it's like my brother was suffering. Like, I thought I was suffering, but my brother's, was far fucking worse than me. His hump would get progressively worse. You're just jealous. I know. I'm jealous of his man hump. Stop going after. Yeah, and finally, the final thing I will say is hey, look. Speaking of which, is this stupid bitch in the chat? Hey, look, why is it Queen of Karma and not Queen of Spades anymore? Wait, why am I coming up? Stop bringing me up in this. Well, that's because you keep going to people and lying to them, and for some reason they keep believing your dumbass. Like, I'll give you guys a little bit of information about this lunatic, right? She's been around for a very long time, screeching at the internet, right? Going after individuals who she thinks are a problem, like a YouTuber by the name of Suit Yourself, Australian friend of mine, who I've actually not spoken to in some years now, right? And what does she do? Make out that he's a pedo. No evidence, just like someone else that we know. No evidence, no receipts. Just decided that she hated him one day, and she just spent the year screeching. Hell, she even brought up the other day. Suit yourself. Years after her drama and beef with him, years and years later, for some reason that's still a problem. I've nothing to do with you, and yet you're here. And yet you've been spreading lies about me to Hecate. And you've been bringing me up to Ron. But I have nothing to do with you. I didn't bring you up until you, brought me up there, sunshine. I didn't want to date your buddy 5 years ago. Oh, is that it? Oh, I see. Because Suit turned you down. Ah, I get it now. You know, Suit yourself. I never, he was a guy who didn't show his face. But, his voice, by the way, super deep. Super deep. And that's why I've seen you in her chat. Okay. See what I mean? See what I mean, guys? They're all birds of a feather, these people. Queen of Spades there in the chat, pretending to laugh with a little laughing face emojis. You're married, are you? Wow, rest in peace to that guy, man. Fuck that. What did he do to deserve that? Oh, that's just sad. Can we get prayers in the chat for Queen of Karma's husband? That totally exists, guys. Again, I wouldn't bring you up if you hadn't have brought me up and been crying about me to Hecate and to Negs and other people. And it kind of makes sense now. Suit yourself turned you down. He's a very grumbly voice, like it's way deeper than mine, so I could see why you'd be attracted to him. I've never actually seen his face. He used to troll me a bit from time to time, send me pictures of his feet, as if I actually wanted to that to begin with. But it's good. Suit yourself as a good boy. Alex, stop lying about me. I'm not lying, guys. But by all means, do your own research. This lunatic's been going to Hecate's chat and telling her bullshit about me and other people, lying to Hecate, the world's most gullible moron. And she's been going to Ron and crying about me and other people there as well. Yeah. And what is this? What is this message I have here? I see. But, prayers in the chat for Queen of Spades, who's changed her name to Queen of Karma's husband because, well, can you imagine being married to that fucking lunatic? Jesus Christ, man. Man, I don't know when I first even saw Queen of Spades. It must have been, 2018? Was it 2018? 2018, 2019? Maybe even earlier. And she was a nutcase then. And she's still a nutcase now. Can you imagine spending all of years on the internet? Years and years and years screeching about the same people. I suit yourself like his lollipop. Where's the evidence of this? Where's the evidence of this? There's no evidence, there's no receipts, just like Hecate, no evidence, no receipts, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. And it's sad, really. It's very sad. When are you going to grow up, Queen of Spades? Eh? When are you going to grow up and stop lying to other content creators to spread shit around? Because you yourself can never and will ever amass the clout that's necessary to dogpile anyone. You remind me a lot of these other douchebags that we're dealing with now with that go IRL. You cover MLMs and cults. And how's your channel doing there, buddy? As you go around to different people's chats lying about, people like myself and others in the chat. And talking about Alex's Negs' chat, yes, Nikki caught you doing that, yeah. But we're going to lie about that, though, aren't we? We're going to lie all about it. See what I mean? See what I mean, guys? These people, they just can't stop lying. They can never take responsibility. And it's sad. It is very, very, very sad. I think I know what the issue is. Queen of Spades, Queen of Karma. I think Suit Yourself sent her his feet pic like he did for me. But she obviously had an allergic reaction. Whereas I, was more disgusted, if anything. You know what I mean? I agree with you, Peach. This is pointless. It never goes anywhere. It never goes there. I know DC doesn't like me. I know she doesn't. I'm not the fault of Negs and DC not like you. I know. That's fine. I know that's not the case. But you going around talking about me in these other people's chats and lying about me says more about you than it does them, doesn't it? Exactly. She's the stupid bint that's bringing me up and lying about me and slagging me off. Why? It's very strange. Very strange. You know, I generally had kept my mouth shut up until this point, until today, actually. Until I'd seen you, spreading lies about me, in Hecate's chat and Negs' chat and everything else. But, yeah. Yeah. But, hey, Gigi, Alex, name 2 ABBA songs from sending... Oh, for fuck's sake. Name 2 ABBA songs. Gimme. 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 Dancing Queen. There you go. There we go. There we are. Oh, so sad. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to the retard in the chat. That's so sad. There you go. I got 2. I don't want any fucking GG feet pics. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go because, it's nearly 11:30 here in Britbongia. And Hussey's going to be streaming very, very soon in, 40-odd minutes? So, if one of the mods could please link his stream again, because he's going to be interviewing Jessica Messica. And I'm sure that's going to be a great stream, a great show. And, oh yeah, I've got the song. I've got the song right there. I have it. I has the song. Oh, hello, J Gamer. Wait, I'm still here. Why are you still here? Tism Dome. Is that the official canon name now for Hussey's channel, the Tism Dome? Because I think either Ground Zero or the Tism Dome works best. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skulls throne. But anyway, thank you very much, ladies and gents, for joining me this evening. Big shout out to Queen of Spades for the extra view on the channel. I appreciate that. I love all the views, you know what I mean? Make sure you guys go along to Hussey and enjoy his stream. That's going to be starting in 40 minutes. And I don't know when I'm going to go live next. Probably some point next week. You guys know. I'll tell you. And thank you very much, Peach, for the $10 super chat there for some goddamn software. I'm going to need at least another 15. But thank you. You know how it works. That money that you just donated there through super chat, it's like a month in hand with YouTube, isn't it? Like, you don't get that. I think the cutoff is the 10th, isn't it? And then the donations you earn before the 10th go into the next... I don't know. I've lost track. I come back after fucking 6 months of being away and YouTube changes every goddamn time. Anyway, have a lovely evening, guys. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thank you as well, Nicky Bear. And I shall see you guys in the chats of other people's streams. But before we go, I'm going to play that song for Ida. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here. This is the dirty version. All right.